Austin with Metalholic Magazine and Mojo Radio and the Boise Examiner, since we're actually in Boise.
Yeah.
And with me, Brett and Dave from Redline Chemistry. How are you guys doing, man?
Good, man. Real great.
How's the road been treating you so far?
Awesome. Yeah, lots of rock and roll, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've done about 8 or 9 shows, maybe 8 shows. Started off in Texas, had a string of great shows there, a lot of sold-out shows. We're on the road with Saving Abel right now, which is a great opportunity for us, great tour. They're doing great, so we're stoked.
Well, I know you guys have done tons of touring over, you know, obviously in the Midwest because you're from Kansas, the Kansas City area and everything, but what's it been like getting out to the rest of the country and everything?
You know, we went on the first run around the U.S. We went out with Evans Blue last summer.
Right.
And that was a great kind of first tour for us to get our feet wet and kind of just get used to the van and the hours and the driving. And, you know, before we did that, you know, it was just regional stuff. But now that we're making our second run, some places we've been like 3 times, so we're finally starting to see some saturation and some awareness. And it's, you know, it's nice to see people that are coming out that, you know, came out to see us because they saw us last time and things like that, so it feels good.
Well, and what's the response been like so far to the album? I mean, obviously you guys already know you guys took 19th on our top 50 for Metalholic last year, so.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, really awesome.
Yeah, it was real cool. We've done different markets are a little bigger. We've had more presence in radio. Phoenix, I believe we were #1 last week. Dumb Luck was #1 as well at one point. Spokane, Indianapolis, Kansas City. So things are going real well. We're just looking forward to, you know, gaining momentum on the tour front and continuing to grow.
It's really difficult for bands right now with, you know, the economy the way it is, and then of course the whole thing sort of changed from, you know, buying albums to the digital downloads. How do you feel it's impacted new bands like you?
Well, I mean, right now a lot of the touring is getting scaled back even for the bigger bands.
Right.
You know, we're with a decent booking agency, and for a band that's young like us, I think it's a little difficult because you know there's got to be incentive to bring a young band on. You know, we got to be bringing people to the shows for it to be worth their while, and we just need to continue growing. But the downloads and all that stuff, it is what it is. I mean, everything's changed. We're on an independent label that's doing real well for us, so we're not really getting affected by the, you know, we don't have the major label that's, you know, dropping us after a year because we didn't cut it on the first song or something. So we're very fortunate.
Well, you guys have had these songs for quite a while because you originally did an album or EP a couple of years back before this one came out. So I know we're less than a year since you put this one out officially. But are you guys already putting stuff together for the second album?
Yeah, really. I mean, we've got a good backlog of stuff, riffs, you know, songs, half songs. So I think when we go to do another record, I think the material will be there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, when we wrote this record, we spent like 3 months. We put together probably 25 to 30 songs, some of them, you know, unfinished or whatever, but some of them are all demoed out already, and they just didn't go on this record for one reason or another. And then we'll get in and write more stuff too. But right now the focus has been nothing but on the road, nothing but promoting the new album, Dying for a Living. So. Right.
Which, again, phenomenal album. I was just listening to it again today, obviously, since I was getting a chance to come see you guys in person this time. And I love every track on that album. Fire Rising's still my favorite, but one of the ones I wanted to ask you about is, I know you guys were talking about this. Are you guys going to put together anything for your little 2-minute 51 opus on bank robbery, greed?
Yeah, we had thrown around ideas for a animated version, right. You know, like Sabotage meets, you know, Dark Knight meets Point Break or something. You know, that would be cool. And we haven't really gotten around to that. I don't know when Greed's that's a potential single in the future, but we'll tackle that when we get to it. But yeah, those ideas are flowing.
So when you guys were originally going to be on this tour with Nonpoint too, with them dropping out, you guys get more time to play on the tour?
Well, 10 Years was out with us actually for the first 8 shows, and that was great. Those guys were all cool guys. But they jumped off and are doing something else, and then we slid into the direct support slot. So yeah, we get 45 minutes now,
Nice.
30. So
we got to hear quite a bit.
we're
of
actually
stuff.
gonna we're actually tonight we're gonna do a piano acoustic version of Fire Riding for you.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Just because I'm here, right?
That's for you, man. I knew you liked that song.
Absolutely. One of the things I wanted to ask you about, and I could have sworn I asked when we talked last time, but I don't remember. But what's the story on the song Ultra Gigantor? Just, I mean, when you see the name, you automatically
Well,
go,
when
okay,
we
what's
wrote that
this about?
song, when we're in the studio, sometimes we give like silly names to some of our songs just so we can keep track of what's
Working
what.
titles.
And that song, when we recorded it, we were like, man, this song is so big, and like came up with that name. It's just like so Ultra Gigantor.
So it's stuck.
It's kind of where it came
It was
from.
ridiculous
Yeah.
enough that people would want to
Yeah.
listen to it if they saw it on the.
Obviously, that's what
That
happened.
song was like one of those instances where songwriting is different for each song. That one like came together for these guys on like a lunch break.
Right.
Just him and like Tom kind of messing around, and everybody came back from lunch, and then they threw the song together in like no time, and then it was on my console where I was working on lyrics, you know, by the within an hour or something, and then of course I started working on lyrics, but that was one that kind of just came quickly. It's nice when that happens.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be talking with Saving Abel when I get done talking with you guys, and they had done something on a site called, I can't even remember what it was called now, screwing up my own interview, The Right Network, and they did a thing about all the things that are wrong in the world, but it was very tongue-in-cheek. You know,
Sure.
no green M&Ms, no this. For you guys, though, seriously, I mean, when you're looking at the world and stuff and what's going on, thank you.
Yeah,
We can hear now. Crickets.
Should we start over?
The interview, take two.
Yeah.
So, but for you guys, what's going on in the world that's got you guys, you know, up in arms a little bit? And
What do we need, you mean? We're dying for a tour bus.
didn't you guys break down? Didn't yours break down outside?
Well, I mean, we had an
Philadelphia or
RV.
something?
We've had multiple vehicles, as if you've
Right.
read the biography, obviously. But yeah, we had an RV for like the first, it was like a week or 2 week run that we did on the East Coast, and yeah, it broke down in Harrisburg and like rush hour traffic, and it broke down multiple times. We got video of the guys actually. It died like 10 feet from a gas pump, and we're like got video of like 3 people like pushing it, you know, with the trailer and all, and they got it there. But right now we're in the White Elephant, which is, you know, just a 15 passenger van, and we're chasing these tour buses, you know, for a lot of these tours, and you know we can't sleep while we're moving, so we're, you know, play the show, then we'll drive until like 5 a.m. and then we'll find a hotel and crash for a couple hours, and then drive the rest of the way. So we're dying for a
You're dying for a living, isn't it?
For real.
So, well, you guys have been literal road monsters since 2005, really. So when you guys are out on the road like this, especially since you don't have the convenience of a massive tour bus and you can sleep whenever you want, what do you guys do to keep your sanity?
Drink a lot of Jack Daniels.
Xbox and things.
Yeah.
These guys bring that along. And, you know, I got my Wii. They make fun of me for it. But I like
No
that
to
stuff.
Xbox and Wii. You guys should sponsor them.
So, you know, skateboard and whatever. I mean, this run, every time we come out west, it's like I wish they'd route a little bit more time so I could bring my snowboard out here and
Oh,
hit
yeah.
some of these slopes out here. But
Colorado, Utah.
unfortunately, there's not enough time for that. But yeah, we find ways to, you know, pass the time.
Yeah.
So outside of music, because obviously that's your true passion, but outside of music, what are you guys individually passionate about?
For me, yeah, snowboarding is like the second. I've been doing that for like 15 years. And
Right.
I'm you know, not a pro or anything, but I have a great time, and it's kind of just a way for me to get away from everything and, you know, clear the head. So
What about you?
I'm kind of a BMX guy. I got a bike that rolls with us, and then obviously Xbox. I mean, me and Tom, the bass player, we're like,
Modern Warfare.
yeah, we're Xbox freaks. So
Okay, let's go. We'll go back and do a couple of Tiger Beat questions real quickly. First album you guys ever bought, each of you?
Dude, I think mine was the cassette of Cinderella's Long Cold Winter.
Great album. See, it shows you the difference in age here.
Well,
Cassettes, albums.
Yeah, my brother was like 18, like right in that prime area of the, that 80s rock and stuff. And so he's the one that kind of got me into that and started behind Motley Crue and all that shit.
Yeah, for me, it was Shout at the Devil. My mom was cool enough when I was little to buy me Shout at the Devil. I said, I want that. And she's like, you're sure that's what you want? I said, yeah. And, she, and at that time, it had the explicit lyric, and she still bought it for me. And
How cool was rock?
Yeah, Mom was awesome for doing that.
And then you guys remember your first concert?
Yeah, mine was the Stone Temple Pilots Purple Tour.
Wow.
I lived in Houston.
Nice.
Mine was a free Pearl Jam concert in Lawrence, Kansas.
Wow.
Yeah, down the hill.
It was down the hill in Lawrence.
First band I was ever in played down there.
Well, it was like right when Pearl Jam hit. It was like
Yeah.
91, I think.
All right, so we already know where you guys landed on Metalholics list last year. What was your favorite album last year, aside from your own, of course?
Deftones, possibly. Right off the bat, since it's playing in the background, that's next to mine.
I would have to agree with that.
It was one of the coolest shows. We got to play with them in Phoenix on the Halloween show, and it was awesome.
If you got to spend one evening with any famous person, who would it be? And this is whether it's just to have dinner and talk, or whether it's to rock socks. Who would you want to spend the night with?
Well, for me, it'd be Eddie Vedder because I got a man crush on him. So there you go.
I don't know if I could pick. There's so many. I'd probably go with Jim Morrison, perhaps.
Good call. Good call.
On the homoerotic rock front. On the man crush front, I mean, there's plenty of actresses and stuff that I'd love to,
of course,
spend time with.
All right. Do you guys have any final words to your fans?
Make sure you check us out on Facebook, and you can grab our record, Dying for a Living, on iTunes, Amazon, Hastings, Best Buy, FYE. And just keep it up, follow us.
There you go. Redline Chemistry, Brett and Dave, thanks so much again for taking the time, guys.